Hi, I'm a wandering CJ. Throughout life, we have to decide how we spend our time, whether that be studying for exams, working to make a living, exercising to stay fit, or playing video games. Our time is very valuable, and there's not much of it. So, why play video games? Everyone has their own reason, yet it feels like people would rather our time be spent elsewhere. Throughout my life, I had trouble keeping up with the latest games and had to drop them for other responsibilities. Mario, Pokemon, Zelda, and others had to be put on pause. I wanted to explore if it's an activity better left in our pasts as we age, or something we should hold on to very firmly. So, let's find a purpose in video gaming. Video gaming is an activity that brings both positive attributes to our development. There are many articles that say video gaming can help improve health both physically and mentally. It can improve cognitive functions, relieve stress, and improve social skills. There have also been times that video games have been used to facilitate learning. Usually these are referred to as edutainment games, but they can also be applied to our classic franchises. RPGs like Final Fantasy and Pokemon have helped young children want to learn to read to play more fun games, or just to read in general. Simulations have helped people understand situations or face fears like in VR or FPS, first person shooters. Microsoft Flight Simulator has helped people become pilots because of how realistic the controls are to real world airplane controls. Strategy games help improve our cognitive skills, such as Fire Emblem, a game where you have to strategize to maneuver your units to overcome the battlefields. Sometimes video games can serve as an escapism that we need to break free of the stresses of the real world. Gaming is often seen as a vehicle of unhealthy habits and a waste of time, particularly seen from adults' perspectives. With everything, overconsumption can lead to negative effects on the body. Staying up late can lead to being tired the next day and sleeping irregularly. There have been injuries related to overconsumption, such as carpal tunnel, which is the nerves in the wrist getting inflamed. Vision problems have also been associated with gaming due to long screen use, resulting in eye strain. Too much time spent on gaming can mean that something else is being lost, which is usually sleep, work, or relationships, although these are in extreme cases. Unfortunately, there have been incidences where these platforms can attract dangerous people to the platform. It's important to be careful around strangers online and to never respond to messages from them. Finding purpose in doing what we love often means weighing the good and the bad. It's important to understand their effects, and for gaming, making the right and healthy decisions can dispel these fears. Now, gaming has another important purpose besides health, which is providing a fun experience. When you were a kid, you probably played some video game because you were bored. Exploring Hyrule as Link, trying to save Zelda, gave us a purpose and a sense of exploration. Getting invested in stories like Xenoblade Chronicles kept us playing for hours to find out what happens next. At least for me. The original purpose of video games was to pass the time in a short, fun way. These pieces of software grew more sophisticated and allowed for more complex storytelling. Often, we play these pieces of media as a form of escapism when life gets rough. There's a sense of comfort in these virtual worlds that help us relieve stress or bring joy. Multiplayer games let us keep in touch with close friends, from short or long distances. These digital worlds in consoles, PC, or mobile devices keep us connected through fun activities. It's easy to forget that the people you spend time with in school, the neighborhood, college, might drift away as time goes on. These platforms keep our bonds strong despite distance, and they help keep the conversation going. It's always a way to meet new friends from various places. My personal experiences with gaming made me who I am, and I don't regret spending time on it. My earliest gaming memory was when I was in first grade, playing Super Mario Bros. 3 and Pokemon Emerald. Now, I don't remember which one I played first, so I'm going to talk about both of them anyway. For Pokemon Emerald, I remember that I enjoyed exploring the Hoenn region, and it always made me curious about my character traveling across the region. Super Mario Bros. 3 was the doorway to many platformers, and made me follow Mario and Luigi's story throughout the years. I also brought the game on my first day of school in first grade. It wasn't the smartest decision, but it did help me make some new friends. The game that I brought with me on my first day of school was Super Mario Bros. 3 on my Game Boy Advance SP, gray colors. I was told by my teacher to not bring it to school, like as a warning, which I understood, but I think the reason why I brought it was because I was a bit shy, and I also just wanted something that was comfortable from home, which was my Game Boy Advance SP, and I just wanted to play Super Mario Bros. 3. I really love that game, and I still play it to this day, even on the Switch. Throughout my time in school, I got to meet some close friends, who I'm still in contact with, due to bonding over some beloved titles. It's because of my friends that I got to explore different platforms like Kingdom Hearts, Zelda, Terraria. I really owed them a lot for helping me expand my taste in gaming. And I'm still friends with them to this day, and I really treasure that friendship. I feel like I'd be a different person if I spent my time elsewhere, and I definitely don't regret that. There are plenty more stories I would love to talk about, but I hope you follow my channel to hear more of them. In life, we often try to find a purpose in what we do and prefer not to waste our time. Video games may seem like a huge time sink, but it offers a lot to us when we make the right decisions. Spending a decent amount of time on it can be beneficial in terms of health and personal growth. However, overconsumption of it can lead to unhealthy habits. These platforms bring people together, and they encourage growth in both ourselves and potential skills. Whether you feel like games are childish, never played one, or just don't have the time, I encourage you to give gaming a chance. Setting aside some time to play casually is a good starting point, and you don't have to commit to it every day. Make a routine when it fits into your schedule. Video games have a purpose in which they offer experiences through media that help us grow, connect, and have fun. Thanks for watching my first video. I hope you all continue following this channel because I've always wanted to make videos on the internet since I was little. Finding a Purpose in is a series I want to start, but from here on out featuring games such as Mario, Zelda, Pokemon, and many more. They'll be more different than this video because this was more discussing the idea of gaming, whereas the series is going to focus more on the games themselves. I'll talk about the gameplay, mechanics, my thoughts on them, and more focused on the games themselves. I hope you all have an awesome day.